Yo, what's up everybody? I'm 12G's Gaming. As you may or may not already know, my name is Smith, and today we are going to be answering the question that I had asked for a very long time, and I could never find the answer for it, and they have just recently changed the UI for this, which allows me to finally answer this question for myself. It is, how on earth do you save something in From the Depths? Now, for those of you that don't know, From the Depths is like a boat, ship building game with like actual, like almost real life AI to a certain extent. It has a very interesting characteristic to the building and whatnot. But either way, so the one question that I had constantly asked, not to me, but me asking everyone else, how on earth do you save something? Because I don't like games like this where you just build it and then it unsaves it. I don't want to spend 5 hours working on a boat just to have it all unsaved and all of that progress lost. In fact, I actually had asked this question so many times with such little response that I actually had decided to quit playing the game because I could not find the answers I needed, and it was for a very fundamental part of the game. And every time I did find someone that played it, I could never remember what they said, and I knew nobody that actually played the game. So enough said and done. I'm going to finally stop wasting your time, and I'm just going to finally show you how on earth do you save a vehicle. What you go and do is you go to single player, go over to the vehicle designer. We'll just stick with the vanilla thing for right now. And just for the record, I know for a fact that if I had this question for one of the most fundamental parts and easy, simple things in the game that, you know, obviously everyone should know, you know, if I had to ask this question for myself, then there's probably more than just me that has questions about some of these most fundamental parts of the games. They're supposed to be extremely easy, and in this case it was bad for me because, like I said, it's made me stop playing the game, and I really did like the game. Alright, so this is how it works. What you do is this is how it always works from what I can tell. Whatever you want to end up saving, you have to be standing on it. If I go over here to tab, hit tab, you can see my little robot guy right here. In order for you to, like, let's say you wanted to save this default craft right here, you have to be standing on it, because from what I can tell, how the ability for you to save something works is you have to be standing on it, because I think it's where, if it's AI made or something like that, if you want to be able to save it, your character has to basically have the game recognize it as a buildable structure, and the only way that can work is if you're standing on it. And then what you do is you would go and hit B to go into build mode. See this little blue square right here? If it's green, you can place something. Either way, I'm assuming that you already know the controls, so what you do is you go into build mode. From what I can tell, you would have to go into build mode. And then you go into escape. Alright? And then right here, save vehicle. Now when you save the vehicle, you get this that pops up. As you can see, there are some things I have right here. The way it works is when you get this window, it will ask you to name the vehicle first. Always name the vehicle first, otherwise everything will be saved as raft. And as you can see right here, it says save raft as raft. What you'd want to do is, like with this, since it's the default ship, you might want to call it default ship or something like that. Or, you know, if you build a ship, stand on it, go to build mode, and then hit escape, and then go to save vehicle, and then this window will pop up and name it whatever you want. You can name it something really grotesque and inappropriate for all I know, but either way, you name it something, and then it'll say save the raft as that name, and then it will pop up over here. Now you might notice this little file right here. You can create new files and stuff like this. This is how you would delete it. This is how you favorite it, I would assume. I'm not exactly sure what all these things are. If I go over here to this, you see you get this. You can see that there's two different files, built-in and then TechHead47. TechHead47 is what I had originally called this character. This was before I started doing YouTube. But you'll see you'll get two files. You'll have the default ships that are in the game, and then you have your player thing. So let's say that when you go over here and hit save vehicle, you got this window first, or you got this window first, or maybe in one of these other things. ABC, the date you made it, this would be this for most of the things in games, this usually is universal for refresh. This is like the universal refresh button. I had universal and refresh stuck in my head and it came out like universal. Anyway, instead of universal. Either way, reset button, and right here would be the back button. So what you would do is you would go and hit the back button, and then you would get these two right here. Or maybe you don't have to, maybe this is the first thing that you see. You'll see built in, and then you'll see your player name, or whatever you called yourself. What you want to do is you want to click on whatever your player name is, and then it will give you either the files that you have in it. That's in case if you've like made a bunch of ships already, or your friend or whatever, someone you knew came on and built it, or whatever. Like labeled it under a file. If you wanted to create a new file, you can put it right there. You go and hit the X over the file to cancel that. Either way, and right here is where you can see all your ships. Now, this is how you would save it. If you wanted to go and load it, you would go over here to load vehicle, and so you get the exact same thing. Load vehicle. You would go over here to, and right here you can spawn. You can if you select this, from what I understand, because I don't remember ever actually doing this, if you select this, when you go to spawn it in, it will teleport you into the like driver's seat of whatever it is. You can have it spawn on certain teams and factions and stuff like that. Once again, you have the default ships, and then you have your ships right here. And when you click on one of these, it will say this right here. Huh. I've never actually seen this before. But either way, wait a minute. Press F12 together. Okay, whatever. And then you would go over here and you'd hit load first vehicle, and that's how you would do it. It also says how much resources it's going to take in order to do it and everything. Either way, I hope that answered that question on how on earth you actually save a vehicle in From the Depths. I know for a fact that if I had this question, even if no one else had this question, there was a possibility that someone else might have just been curious, or you know, something. Hey, that's a nice robot right there. But either way, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this. Wherever you are, God bless you. I hope you're having a good morning, evening, afternoon, or night. If this is helpful, if this was helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and possibly subscribe if you do enjoy some of my stuff. And with that said, wherever you are, God bless you. I hope you're having a good morning, evening, afternoon, or night. And I'll talk to you guys again next time. Bye, everybody. God bless. Talk to you next time.